We've just exited the Channel and so are now in France. Took 20 minutes to get across that. I've been in Paris now about an hour and a half. And I got off the train station, and in French I asked a police officer how to get to Gare Saint-Lazare, which is the railroad station I'm at right now, and he applauded my use of French and then graciously was able to speak English for me. And then I went to the ticket booth to get the ticket for the train over here, and immediately met Jean-Luc, who is a trainer for a large Japanese company that deals in the same products Cisco deals in. He graciously was going to Saint-Lazare, so he not only bought me the ticket, wouldn't let me pay for it, then took me and we went together on the train here. And he graciously helped me through the first bit of learning how to do it, and we had some coffee, and then he left for Rouen. And so here I am waiting for number 309 to Cherbourg, which en route stops at Bayeux. I missed the earlier one because I misinterpreted it. It said Cherbourg instead of Bayeux. But now all is well, I'm back on track. Nice comfortable area. This hostel is in Bayeux in Normandy, and it's a old building, but very quaint, nicely kept, nice and clean, freshly painted. Notice the old fireplace. Has 3 beds in it. Some kind of wallpaper texture wall. Steam heat, which is common. New sink. A writing table. Mirror. Look at the floors. Are they neat or what? Look at that old tile there. This is the view outside the bedroom window. This is nice because it offers a kitchen for guests, so I can make a salad if I can find a grocery store, which I'm sure I can. And I'm about to take my first trip. Here's the door with a very interesting lock. That handle, the knob turns, and that opens up that lock. And this key here opens up the deadbolt. See what looks like some of the original woodwork, decoratively dressed. An antique looking piece of wall ornament, art. Looks like the original stairs. They're very heavily sculpted where people have walked, but this very rich carpet makes it very soft and comfortable. Or inside to the structure. This was perhaps a window. This is the bathroom, or at least the toilet. No seat. But I don't know where the shower is. Interesting tile. I'll ask, maybe there isn't one. This is the dining area. Bonjour, madame. Where we have breakfast. Bonjour. I cannot imagine an expensive hotel being this comfortable to sit in. Downtown in Bayeux, just kind of roaming around. Was walking with a fellow named Graham, 35-year-old fellow from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I let him go wandering on while I nursed the sciatica, which is hurting and burning. This is the cathedral in Bayeux, and sometime in the next several days, and we'll get a much closer look on the inside and all of the sides. This is from opposite the restaurant that was recommended to me as a local restaurant. I'll go check the prices here in just a moment. He's always looked so profoundly majestic. Those are bell towers up there. They look wide open with weather and so forth. Some kind of a balcony there. And then a lower one for more people. This wall, under glass and protected, is a remnant of the wall that surrounded the small town of Bayeux. at the end of the 3rd century. It was a Gallo-Roman wall. It doesn't say when it was built. The thing about looking at churches like this, particularly when you have the luxury of roaming around, is that different perspectives give different senses of profound feeling. Like this one, I don't know if it's visible in the camera, but there is this sense, this continually uplifting sense, which to a Christian makes sense. Interesting, if you can believe the many facts of the Da Vinci Code, these gargoyles got their name from the fact that when the water poured out of their mouths, it sounded like something gargling. Ergo, gargoyles. A fragment of this Gallo-Roman column uncovered in the banking at the base of the rampart. I don't know where it is, probably a museum. I doubt we'll get inside the church with a camera. The stone looks like a kind of sandstone, probably easily carved, but easily to wear away or be picked away at by people. There you can see considerable wear. I wonder if the restoration technique used in London to get rid of this brown stuff would also protect this porous kind of rock. I can only imagine that the architect intended for some people to view the church as I'm viewing it now, at least one of its many perspectives. Again, lines, the steeples, all leading to that impression of rapid growing, high speed height. A winged woman forced into a very cramped style. Pose. Here she is again in another cramped pose, but notice that that is designed to hold something, a lamp. It's got a covering in theory, but look how it's being eroded away. It's too bad there's nothing they can do to take care of this. Probably just have to restore it. The upper three rows that rise to the top of the arch are carvings of individuals, and we'll focus in on them and then come in on the other carvings. Unfortunate were those who were on the outside, but even the ones on the inside are being weathered or destroyed away. I'm sure this is some kind of story. Very old street, La Matrice, or something like that. Hopefully it leads from the cathedral. Excuse the high-speed turn. There's a very good view of that dome. And much of the architecture up there, at least 3 levels, I think, of the dome are totally different time epochs or periods. This is Hotel de la Matrice on Rue de la Matrice, leading up to Charles de Gaulle Park. This is a latch designed to hold the shutter in place. What a cute little thing that is. And back down that street is the way I came initially today from the railroad. And I'll just pan through the park. And the Hosteling International Family Home, where I'm staying, is down here. Oh, it's the police. Maybe not. If the sun ever shines in this part of the world while I'm here, it may improve the quality of this video. I think the colors of these sandstones and the rusted metal and the weathering creates an interesting coloration. I've seen it in the farmhouses and so forth on the way out here. I don't know what it looks like in the sun because I haven't seen it with the sun yet. This is the family home. An inconspicuous place, but very nice inside. This is the dining area. Bonjour, madame. Where we have breakfast. Bonjour. I cannot imagine an expensive hotel being this comfortable to sit in. I am eating at Chez Jan in the center of Bayeux. I'm having Campagnard, C-A-M-P-A-G-N-A-R-D-E salad, which includes raw smoked ham, cooked potatoes, which are warm on a bed of some kind of lettuce. And then it includes some egg and tomato. This is Bayeux looking up Rue de Saint-Martin, Rue de Saint-Martin, and it's about 9:20, so it's dead on quiet. There's a couple of restaurants open. The main touristy part of town is right up there, and then to the left over a main block is the big Charles de Gaulle Park, big for this small town. Filled with touristy quality shops and what look like some great cafes and pastry places. Architecture in these towns is always mind-boggling. What in God's name is that? Why is that there? This old arch entryway looks like an artifact from the far past. It's the Al aux Viandes, which I think means meats. It says 1784. It says Parking des Boucheries, which I think means butchers. Now I'm shooting down the opposite direction downhill. The high road, as it's called, behind me, the high area, has always been the commercial area, and it's where the cathedral is. To the right here, maybe we'll even see it. To say the least, cathedrals dominate small towns. Sometimes their presence dominates large towns. A little water course. I wonder what this goes. Old wording on that building. Much is happening, although the reeds seem to indicate the current is coming towards me. Look at the old wording on that building. Interesting. Look at the old wording on that building. Office de Tourisme. Wondered where that was. Now I know. And look what they found here. An old water wheel. Interesting the things you find by just wandering around town aimlessly. As I was aimlessly wandering down the main drag. You can see what a quaint place to live, eh? Like right there, how quaint. One can easily imagine. And hearing that thing going all day long and water falling. Man, what a deal. And here's the continuation. What a pretty little stream. This is about 9:30, and I just made it back to the restaurant that I ate at so I could go to the bathroom since I was sure they'd let me. I have been looking for a chocolatier, and it's closed, of course. Everything's closed, which is a good thing. That's interesting how they close off the window so you can't see. It must be very valuable chocolate. This is Rue Royale, which is at the other end of the park, and these are my guides. I can go up the street or go down to my left to General Guy, and they'll get me to the park. So instead I'll wander up the street. So quiet. It's wonderful. And then cut left and see where that leads me. Here's one of several places that I've seen today that is being gutted. You can see where some structure was on the outside that was removed, and up above there was some kind of dormer that was removed, but the window was left in place. That's interesting. Then the inside, I'm sure, will be very elegant and very expensive when it's done. Who knows what a place like this is worth, right downtown. The equivalent of several of those normal lots that I've seen. And there, an old passageway that was filled in. Lots of room, apparently, in order to afford a garden. Entering a park at night doesn't seem scary here, although no one's here. The irony is you can see almost every square foot of it. This is interesting. Two parallel walkways. Wonder what the purpose of this was. Pretty little fountain with look like brass turtles. The statue of the young woman on top of the fountain is believed to represent Popée, P-O-P, accent E-E, daughter of Béranger, Count of Bayeux, and wife of the Viking chieftain Rollo,
first Duke of Normandy. This is what the castle would have looked like